We now move up to the scorecard, or excuse me, the fight card of the night with the 145-pound bout between BEYAMIN, Copeland, and KOLBE AYIKOUE. So we'll do my best to pronounce those names, Peter.
I think you did a pretty good job.
And we're doing our best. We try to get those pronunciations. It's all about respecting the opponents that we have, the fighters all across the board. And when you were looking into some of these guys, you had mentioned before we came on that you have some knowledge of these guys and the gyms that they're a part of. Do we know anything about BEYAMIN, Copeland, and 0 to 100 Fitness and MMA?
We do. So this is actually circled as a potential fight of the night for me. You have two guys that are going to stand and strike. Copeland is a flashy striker. He throws wheel kicks. He'll do it all. There's his coach right there, Marlon Culpepper, 0 to 100 out of Milwaukee. They got a stable of guys. You see Kyla Mack in the back. She's going to be fighting next week at Caged Aggression in Iowa.
Love it.
But Yummy Copeland is a guy that he'll come out and he'll bring it. He's not going to stand there. He's not going to try and wrestle you. He's going to look to throw strikes, throw his hands. I'm super excited for this. He's got a dance partner in KOLBE AYIKOUE, who is a mirror image of him. KOLBE probably has the advantage in the wrestling and grappling. I just don't see it happening. I think they're going to stand and bang.
Well, if it is one of those types of fights, you never know how that one's going to go. Both these men with 2 wins on their amateur MMA record, 2-5. Copeland comes in against AYIKOUE with 2-3 record. Do you sometimes see that as like, a quick fight is good for those types of? Does it benefit a striker to have it end earlier than maybe the long game?
Yeah, I mean, you want a quick night in the office anytime you walk in there, right?
And his opponent making his way to the red corner, KOLBE One Hand AYIKOUE.
KOLBE, as you mentioned, a gamer up against Copeland, who's, you said this is going to be a kind of a different matchup of their fighting styles, but which fighting style is going to become the dominant style? I guess it depends on, are they coming out with energy and excitement? Are they playing to play the long game? We saw that last fight came down to, just the first round was almost like get comfortable with each other and, start to figure it out. And then Simon really just said, hey, he's been giving up, ground control, Jay Lopez anyway, in that previous fight. And Simon really went to his back and said, rear naked choke, I got it, put it in, game over. So as we move into this fight and we welcome KOLBE AYIKOUE to the ring to see what he has to offer and what we're going to see now in Chosen Few 25 here from the Monona Terrace Convention Center, where promotion's been held for a number of years now, and I'm fortunate to have been involved, both on air and behind the scenes for I think since the number 3, I want to say. So it's been in quite a while, and TVW and has been part of that for quite a while. So it's one of those things where you look back and you can see the way the promotion runs this particular fight series, and man, like you had mentioned, Josh Sterry puts together a great fight card.
Absolutely. I've seen KOLBE fight before at NAFC. He's a guy that, like I said before, he comes, he brings it, he'll get in your face, he'll make it nasty. Copeland will be his willing dance partner, and I'm expecting a striker's delight.
All right, this is our 6th bout of the evening. 3 3-minute rounds in amateur MMA action, brought to you by Engelhart Motorsports and Polaris. Think outside. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, representing 0 to 100 Fitness in MMA, BEYAMIN, Yummy Copeland. And his opponent standing in the red corner, also weighed in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Madison, Wisconsin, representing Capital City MMA and Chosen Few Fight Team, KOLBE, one hand AYIKOUE.
And I'm hoping this one plays out, like you said, Peter, to a fight of the night type of finish. The fans certainly deserve it, and we've seen some great ones already tonight. Here we go. We're about to get started. Copeland with the first couple of movements, a couple of kicks, and we trading kicks now.
This feels like a fight that, I mean, one strike could just end the course of the evening for the other fighter here.
And Copeland switching stances.
Yeah, Copeland's bouncing around. He's in that tie stance, and he's just so fluid in his kicks. Colby's got to pressure forward. I think he's got to try and force Copeland to fight off of his back foot. He can't just stand at range. That's going to play right into Copeland's game. But this is going to be a good one, man.
Great movement and vision, though. Actually, both of these guys are now dodging each other. We're a minute into this fight, and it doesn't look like Copeland's even opened his mouth yet to breathe.
Switching stances, giving him a different look.
AYIKOUE being told to press and start making some moves, and like you had mentioned just a moment ago, Peter, it's going to be maybe one of those where he's going to have to get on the offensive, and Copeland's going to let him come to him. That was a big connection. And now they're starting to loosen up some. Another couple trading shots, and now a little jawing.
Copeland felt that one. That was a great shot to the liver. I don't know if you've ever been kicked in the liver, but it is not fun.
Unfortunately not.
Again, if this fight continues like this for 3 rounds, it's going to be a hard night for the judges.
Well, and you had mentioned that they are mirror images of each other, and both of them so far doing a good job of switching stances, giving different looks, and just mixing it up enough. And I guess that's part of why it's mixed martial arts.
That's right. Now, this is a really close round. I think Copeland's landed more. I think KOLBE landed the hardest strike of that liver shot so far.
So as a judge, sounds like it's gonna come down to which of those you value more or appreciate more. With both of them trying something as the round ends. A little love tap as we end round number 1. We'll go to break and come back with round number 2 in a potential fight of the night. You are watching Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 25 on TVW. Round number 2 about to begin here from the Monona Terrace. Eric Rogers and Peter Johannes as we look back at round number 1 that we just saw between Copeland and AYIKOUE. Trading kicks and a little bit of talking as well.
Yeah, Copeland acknowledged that he felt that one. I'd like to see KOLBE follow that up right there. He said,
he said something back. It wasn't the physical answer that maybe you were looking for. And round 2 about to begin. And we'll see what changes as we head into round 2 of 3 here in this amateur fight. AYIKOUE's corner encouraging him to be more active. And more of the same from Copeland. Waiting for AYIKOUE to make a move. And
you can hear Marlon Culpepper in the corner of Copeland telling him to let his hands go. Snap that jab, a good 1-2.
Might have caught the chin of Copeland a little bit.
Oh, that was a nice kick landed.
There, that one made some noise. AYIKOUE trying to answer. There's another. That one made some solid contact. Copeland a little selective, but they're landing.
I think is it a little blood coming out of the mouth of Copeland?
If so, that could have been the touch on the chin that he took. A little
nice
tough
wheel kick. I
vantage
expect
point.
Copeland to throw one of those right back.
Yeah.
You do it, you'll do it, I'll do one too.
And AYIKOUE has quite a long reach in this one, so maybe he's going to make more of that known. And Copeland says, back up. Got something of my own.
This is such an even fight.
Ooh, and the ring a little bit slippery maybe. He lost his footing, Copeland, after that kick, and now getting him on the defensive side. See if he can get up or whether AYIKOUE can take advantage.
Yeah, I'd like to see, honestly, I'd like to see Kolbe go into his guard. Secure the round.
There's almost grabbed his leg and brought him in. But you're right, it's is he comfortable with the ground game, or is Copeland feeling like, hey, come join me, I'm good with that. The cat and mouse game continues. Copeland's just going to continue to spin with him, but AYIKOUE is looking for an opening. Makes the attempt and gets grabbed, but escapes. We'll see if both men are happy to have this be the way the round ends as we get down lower and lower in the time. There's the 10-second mark.
Hey, just keep kicking those legs.
And get something out of it. It looks like that'll be the end of round number 2. We'll go to round number 3 and see if it goes to decision or if it ends earlier than that. We will head to round number 3. You're watching Chosen Few 25 on TVW. Back here at Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 25. BEYAMIN Copeland, KOLBE AYIKOUE, 2 rounds down. Tough one to score, but Copeland spent the majority of the end of that fight on his back in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, you got to give that round to Kolbe. The first round, I have no idea who won. I can see Lemminger right there telling him to come forward, pressure him, force him to fight with that back foot.
Well, I think despite the fact that Copeland was on his back for the majority, if there wasn't a whole lot coming from AYIKOUE's corner in terms of the offensive while he was on the ground. So I think for both of them, this round is going to be important, especially if it goes to decision. So it might be one of those you have to take a risk, take a chance and trust in yourself. AYIKOUE trying to find something, but Copeland good with the defense.
I think Copeland's just got to be a little bit more active. He's got to let his hands go.
Well, he's certainly
throw,
comfortable.
Yeah, he's got to throw more than one strike at a time here.
I think you can almost say the same thing for AYIKOUE as well. As they're almost I don't want to say afraid, but you go in for one thing and you just try to get out real quick before you get caught. It's respect for your opponent, I think.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much you can hear through our headphones, but one of the corners yelling to give the judges something to think about when they go to their cards.
Yeah,
and
I think it's the fans behind us.
Yeah, that could be as well. And certainly, I don't think anyone likes to go to the card when
that was a nice body shot.
It seems so even.
Copeland landed a nice shot to the liver there of his own.
We'll let the action speak for itself here just for a moment as we start to near a minute left in round number 3. AYIKOUE trying to reach with the legs. Spinning back kick from Copeland didn't land.
Colbe's being just a little bit more active. Here's Copeland. This is the best. Yeah, that's what he's got to do.
Hey, down on the ground. Copeland pops back up.
Yeah, that was a knockdown.
So it counts for something as AYIKOUE lands another to the chest. Copeland making contact. And if they're paying attention to the clock, they know these final moments could decide the end of the fight. Round number 3 will come to an end with a near connection. A handshake.
That was a close fight.
We'll head to the scorecard to see who comes out victorious. We don't dare make a decision. Don't you dare turn away. We'll have the decision right next on TVW. It's decision time here from the Monona Terrace Convention Center. It's Chosen Few Fighting Championships number 25 as we look back at 3 rounds of action from BEYAMIN Copeland and KOLBE AYIKOUE. Peter, who do you have in this one? That's tough.
Well, watching it live, I thought there's a knockdown, but it looks like their feet just got tangled up here. There was a slip, maybe.
So
I'm giving the. I'm giving it.
Got to factor in.
Yeah, I mean, I'm giving the fight to KOLBE. 29-28.
I think, despite, maybe I haven't been a judge of MMA before or, looked at it super closely, but I do feel in my mind I might give it to Copeland on about as close of a margin as you did. So who's to say, the judges might decide unanimous and the judges might decide like we did, a split decision. So we're at that announcement right now.
We go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. Judge Rick Winter scores the contest. 29-28, Copeland. Judge Gabe Sabatis scores the contest. 29-28, AYIKOUE. And Brandon Mason scores the contest. 29-28 for your winner by split decision, fighting out of the blue corner, BEYAMIN Copeland.
Well, a celebration backflip from Copeland, and the fight could have gone either way. We both had different outcomes, and the judges decided it was a split decision as well. And certainly the who's more active, who's landing the bigger kicks, the bigger connections with their hands. Not bad from, you mentioned this could be a fight of the night, and maybe not as exciting from a huge moment type of a fight, but certainly a close matchup and well played by the folks here at Chosen Few to put this fight together.
Absolutely.
Evenly matched, our second split decision of the evening.